how to align all your sales team members and actually all your members of your company into creating the right content for your potential customers and to drive sales. If you want the highest success with content creation and really cut down your sales cycle, improving your sales revenue from content, then make sure to do these steps. First one is very clearly get the whole company, all the relevant people aligned around content creation, why we're doing this. And what we typically do is called an alignment workshop. Get everyone in the same boat to understand that yes, today in every industry, 80% of the buying decision is made before people actually contact you. And yes, I hear it still today, people saying, yeah, Stefan, I'm not sure in our industry it's different. Well, I can tell you, I've done it in a very traditional industry. It's a carton packaging machinery industry, very niche in the carton packaging, only packers. So very niche, traditional, where all our partners around the globe did still in-person selling, demo days, big trade shows and brochures, and the website that just shows the products, right? But no one actually explained how to choose the right machine, how much do they cost, what can go wrong when you install them, what are the comparisons across the industry of the different machine types. No one did that. But when we showed up and did that, we outrank all these big giants that were 100 times bigger than us. Everyone goes online, does his research. The question is, do you show up as the solution, as the answer to that question? Because at the time, yes, it was Google showing your links. Okay, you're ranking well. But now it's AI proposing a direct one answer. With some resources maybe, but are you showing up there to give an answer? And if you don't have any content out there, the question is very, very simply and directly, no. So we have to get everyone around the fact that we do this content creation process not for just simple the sake of doing some marketing because we have marketing budget and we know we need to do marketing. It's not about that. It's driving long-term revenue for the company, steady revenue, because the moment you own online space, really compared to all your competitors, it's hard to knock you off the number one position. Once you're there and you keep doing the right content creation, you will stay there. So really get everyone aligned that it's the way to go forward for your business to get new customers in. Once you start creating the content, and I have a video showing the 5 steps of how to create the good content right away, very easily. It's important that you have the sales team involved, right? They have to align with the marketing team to create the revenue team because they together make sure we get revenue into the company. Now, you want to make sure when you create the content that you get actually the buyers' real questions from the sales team, learning what people are actually asking. Because in today's world, you need to answer real questions that are as much as aligned as what people would type into a search window or a chat window today with AI. And the moment you do that and you answer in a very conversational tone and in detail, what the answer is, well, you will show up for sure. Okay, so work very closely with the sales team, because if they see it and then they use it and they see the wins, they will continue using it. Now, I know right away, not everyone in your sales team will say, hey, yeah, I start using the content, because they don't know. So this is why we do some training with the salespeople also to define what is your sales process today. Okay, so what happens when someone contacts you and then first call, maybe first meeting, project analysis and all this? What happens in between these steps? How can we inject good content in each step to make sure that people actually consume more? Because we know if they consume more from you, they learn more from you, the chances are going higher and higher up that they will actually trust you more and buy from you. Now, as I said, not in every salesperson is all in right away, but you have to find 1 or 2 champions in your sales team that start doing this. Like in my former company where we applied this, we were 2 at the beginning that really used the content actively. And you always share what works and what not. And the moment we were able to share that, hey, a company or actually a production manager came very well prepared in the meeting, showed us before what his production was, so we could dive in right away into his production to make a good proposal for a machine for him. Well, this was revealing for everyone, because typically with other customers, we would tell them to fill this in, then follow up, and at some point you don't know how to follow up anymore, right? Because you run out of ideas, because it just wasn't clear. But if you do it correctly and we explained it, it saved a lot of time. So then all the other sales reps said, well, okay, if it saves me that much time, that many headaches, I will do it as well. So it's with creating a culture of sharing and not trying each and every sales rep do his own stuff is where you win big over time. Once you have all this content, you can go actually even further, right? You can extend it to get to the service level, to the installation, the people that do installation when you sell machinery or onboarding, right? You create also the good content there, because if they are aligned and then they see, because this is building trust before the sales process, but once you do it actively and you implement what you sold and use this content there, everything is much clearer and smoother as well. So you don't have these friction points anymore. So actually, when you see that once they use it and the salespeople also use it in a certain way to get faster traction in each and every project, they will see that also over time, people that come in are way better educated. And suddenly they come in with a lot of motivation, they learn already a lot, and you as salesperson can really focus on what you're best at. Connecting with people, just defining, okay, this is what you really need and nothing else. And you don't have to play this old cassette over and over again of explaining the same things over and over again. Believe me, I've done it so many times. At some point, it's just exhausting and you don't know, did I already tell it to them or not? So if this can all be solved, salespeople will love you. You will make way more revenue, as I said, at some point up to 50% more revenue with just the same people. Or even more, right? So if you pushed it to another level, even with AI tools today, you will drive way more deals with the same sales reps you have than you had before. Now that you've learned how to align your team in creating the right content and why it's important to work all together, please leave me a comment below and let me know what are your biggest struggles so that I can help you overcome them and show you other tips and tricks that I might not have covered in this video. See you next time.